Alright, how's it going out there, folks? The Philosopher's Stone. We do a first person by the ocean here. Got inspired to do another video. Recently purchased this book, Non-Negotiable, 10 Years Incarcerated, Creating the Unbreakable Mindset by Wes Watson. This guy's becoming pretty popular on YouTube all of a sudden. He was the guy that actually got through to me and got me off the booze. I mean, I remember just being hungover and drunk and belligerent, and this is when, I guess, the first couple of years he got out of jail, and he was still like just pretty aggressive. It was, you know, and it's like fucking, yeah, it was just something that just hit, right? And I end up quitting. And there's actually a quote in this book, you know, because I always heard people saying, you know, you got to learn to get out of your own way. I'm like, what does that even mean? Learn to get out of your own way. Well, he says, you're getting in your own way. It's as simple as that. You could be as ripped as you want and as rich as you want with everything you currently have. If you got the fuck out of your own way and solely sought purpose. Funny thing is, at first, there's friction, but once your mindset shifts to sacrifices, your ability to go without becomes your pleasure. Everybody's fucking trading what they ultimately desire in their heart, for themselves and for their people, for what they want right now. Instant gratification is a straight up disease. It's the realest fact. Is getting what you want is riches, but being able to go without, now that's power. Seek power. So, I mean, I can, you know, relate to him because over the past 8 years, since I moved out of the city and sort of went MGTOW and just sort of, you know, just basically carving my own path and becoming isolated and not really socializing, overcoming alcohol addiction, you know, just through the trials and tribulations with that and all the damage that I did and all the karma that I basically endured over those years that I had to face and that I had to obviously experience in a negative way. The thing is, this guy, he did 10 years in the pen, right? For drugs and, you know, whatever it is, it doesn't matter, but he got out and basically said, watch what I'm going to do, and he got out and he became really successful financially, became an online coach, and, you know, he's got mansions on both the West Coast and the East Coast. He's got like 15 supercars like Lamborghinis and Rolls Royces and Ferraris and you name it, right? Got a hot looking chick and, you know, and he's done well, right? He makes almost $3 million a month, $3 million a month. And for me, like it was never really about the money. Like, that's not what I was like seeking. Like, I mean, I don't need $3 million a month. Like, I don't need that to live off of. For me, it would be nice to have enough money to do what I need to do, which is not really a lot. I'm itching for a road trip back to the mainland, to go see some old friends, and go see my mother, and you know, whatnot. Just a change of scenery, you know. And although this is not bad, right? A lot of people take trips to come see this. This is my life, right? But being by yourself all the time, man, and you know, kind of gets to you after a while. You know, and then all of a sudden, you know, my Facebook account gets deleted after 15 years. I open up a new Facebook account and I send friend requests out to like 25, 30 people to which like 4 responded. So I mean, that sense of rejection kind of hurts a little bit too, right? It feels like, well, fuck, nobody likes me, or well, what the hell, man? What's going on, right? Why does everybody hate me so much? And I can't figure out what I did to these people, but I'm thinking that because of my drinking and the stuff that I did when I was drunk and my blacking out and everything, I probably ruined a lot of relationships with people in that manner that I just don't know about. But I say, you know what? Fuck them. I ain't chasing after anybody, man. I do good by people. I help people, you know, and you know, whatever it is I need to do, but I ain't chasing after anybody, man. You want to be part of my life? Great. If you don't, then piss off. It's as simple as that. Don't think you're better than me, though, because you have more things and more money and, you know, different lifestyle. Some people would love this lifestyle, right? Put a tent up there on the friggin' side of the cliff and get a bunch of canned goods and friggin' a dog and say, fuck the world, man. And fuck all the people in it. And that's something that I talked about for a long time on this channel, and never really actually done it, but pretty much close to doing it, you know. But the thing is, like anything else, I like to, I mean, my last few videos were sort of me vlogging about myself, but I like to inspire the world. I mean, it kind of sucks that my YouTube channel didn't do what I wanted it to do. You know, I would, you know, hoping for a lot more subscribers and viewers and sort of, you know, be able to monetize this and make something out of it, but it never happened. And for whatever reason, I guess it is what it is, but I continue to make videos, and even though I only have a small subscriber count, I got a few individuals that leave me messages on every video, and you know, that's all I really need, man. I'm not looking for a friggin' become like a, what do they call it? What do they call it when you're on social media and you become big? Anyways, I don't know. There's a word for it. But anyways, yeah, and I mean, you know, I read this book 5 times now. I've never read a book 5 times. And there's always some gems in it that you forgot, and you're kind of getting down on yourself, and things are not going the way you want them to, and, you know, the best thing you could do is just stop thinking, because thinking in itself is detrimental. You know, always getting in your own way, and that's what it means almost, to get in your own ways. You're thinking all the time. What is it that I need to do next? And then overanalyzing the situation, and then thinking about, okay, if I take this road trip and I get there, then what's going to happen? And then thinking about the repercussions, and thinking about, what if it doesn't work out, and the plan B, and I'm going to be trapped there, and it could be 10 times worse than where I am right now, and I'll be in a worse situation, and all this other shit. And that's alone will put you in fear and stagnation to the point where you won't make a move, right? Before, when I was drinking, I didn't care. I just got up and just did it, right? No, I didn't think about anything. And that doesn't turn out well either. I mean, it's like, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. But like anything else, man, sometimes you just got to let that higher power work its magic. They see the higher aspect of life, right? You think that you need to go do this or you need to go do that, but then your higher version of yourself, who's got that blueprint, you know, says, no, you need to just kind of chill and wait it out. The timing is not quite right yet. When the timing is right, you'll get inspired action. Things will fall into place, and you'll get the money that you need, and you'll eventually be able to do what you need to do. Right? And you try to force and push the issue, you cause resistance, right? And if you live in resistance, nothing comes to you, man. Nothing that you want will ever come if you're living in resistance. It's what is. And, you know, I do a lot of educating myself on this YouTube channel, and it's spirituality and learning how to materialize stuff, and manifest it. You know, all that stuff, I mean, it's cool to know, right? And meditation and just be, right? Just be for what it is. Accepting for what it is and just be. There's a lot of people who are overworkers. They just consistently just work, and they have no time for nothing else. Right? Workaholics. I kind of envy the workaholic because they get a lot done in a day, but they don't know how to relax. They don't have a clue. They always got to be doing something. And that's for me, like, you need to have that balance, man. You really, really do. And I mean, like anything else, basically in life, you seek pleasure and to try to avoid pain. But we need to understand that the darker aspects of ourselves, what they call the shadow self, which is your unconscious limiting beliefs that you basically suppressed through childhood or through you know, any sort of drug consumption or alcohol consumption, stuff that you didn't want to face, the reality that you didn't want to face. You buried it, you drank it, right? You just suppressed it any way you possibly could because you didn't want to feel it, you didn't want to go through it, you numbed out to it. But it all went down in your subconscious, and that shadow side of yourself that you hide from everybody else, this traumatic self, this trauma that just keeps surfacing in every kind of experience that you try to push forward, and this friggin' shadow side of yourself just keeps coming up and sabotaging yourself. Until you learn to integrate that into your well-being, into your reality, it'll always be a fuck-up, man. And this shit doesn't happen overnight. It takes a long time. Doing inner work, man. Understanding, you know, the way you think and the way you perceive things and your belief system and what you're capable of doing. And once you can get past all that, you realize that you're powerful as anything and you can create anything that you want without resistance. But a lot of people never see it because they're too caught up in the matrix and they're too caught up in the everyday life to sit and analyze their life and or meditate or really go within to figure out why it is the way it is, right? And I mean, so be it. I mean, some people have created remarkable lives for themselves, but deep inside, it don't matter what you have, man. I could be living in a mansion with 5 fancy cars, and if I'm not feeling optimal, if I haven't figured out all this inner work and I haven't figured out the true measure of my pain and my suffering and everything else, it doesn't matter what you get on the outside. It just becomes fleeting. It just becomes another car. It just becomes another house. You just still feel empty, right? And that emptiness is something that void inside of us is something that we're all trying to fill. It could be with alcohol, it could be with drugs, it could be with work, it could be with sex, it could be with binge watching, whatever it is, man. It's that empty void inside that everybody's trying to fill, and nobody can seem to do it. They're buying things, materializing things, whatever it is. It just doesn't seem to fix that void, right? And that's what my main goal is to, you know, fill that void. And then once that's complete, anything you get afterwards is a complete bonus. With that being said, I don't know how far I'm into this video, but take it easy. See you in the next.